Well, hello everyone. RV chat. I live full time in RV. I like it. So I posted this on several different web pages and groups as far as RV lifestyle. And I'm kind of hoping that we could be able to get a few people in here, if not on the screen, maybe in a chat, explain about the experience with lifetime RV living. Uh, more and more people I've been seeing getting involved with it, and they're buying older RVs because the newer RVs, what they call COVID built, they are not built like they were back in the early 80s and early 90s. They were mass produced quickly and sold for top dollar because there's a high demand for them. So, anyways, I'd like to say hi to mom and dad out there, Michael Telling. Uh, I do expect to have Grandpa inside the chat, and he'll be coming on shortly. He's also living full time in the RV. I haven't really talked to him in a long time, so it's kind of find out how everything is going with him. Hopefully, we can get a couple other people up in the chat. I notice there's 3 people in there, so please, I don't care who you are, at least say hi. You have to be subscribed at least 10 minutes, if not 20 minutes. I forgot what I put it for. So if you can't say hi, it's because you're not subscribed. So you have to subscribe in a chat. What else is going on? Well, really haven't done too much with the RV past month or two. Been working a lot of hours. So a lot more plans I like to do. Right now I'm cooking some barbecue chicken. How am I doing? You know how I'm doing. What else is going on? Tired. Just waiting for Grep to come in. I really haven't been on my other Facebook, and I'm not going to go on it. I did post one thing stating I was going to be going live tonight. I'm not going to be going on that one as much as anymore. I got to keep it because there's a lot of family members on it. Don't know really what to say right now. I'm just waiting for people. If you have any questions regarding RV life or regarding me or anything like that, feel free to hit me up on the messenger. It's going to be kind of slow at the beginning. No barbecue chicken in an air fryer. How you doing, Grandpa?
Hey, all right. How you doing?
Not bad. Actually, glad that I was able to have you up tonight because I kind of miss you. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Oh, don't fucking lie to me.
No, I'm serious. How you doing? How's the puppies doing?
They're doing good.
Yeah. So, like I said, at this conversation chat about the RV living. So, it's been a couple months for you. How do you like it?
Well, it's getting better now.
Time to get used to it.
No, it's not fucking 20 below at night.
I heard you got a lot of snow. Did you actually get hit with that?
Oh, we got hit both fucking times.
Both times, huh? Yeah, we got torrential rain. A lot of rain down here.
In them 2 snowstorms, it's more than what we got all winter.
Yeah. I got some barbecue chicken going, Grandpa.
Who does?
I do.
Well,
I got it. Yeah, slash air fryer, oven, toaster. Yeah, we got 4 pieces going up there. About an hour it should be done.
I don't know what I'm gonna have yet.
Yeah. It's funny, I did my laundry yesterday. They got these new machines, the glass doors on the wash machines that they're all tinted where, once you put your clothes in there, other people can see what's in there. Well, these here, they're all tinted. You can't tell. So you have to make sure you open up the right machine. They're all numbered. So I kind of like that idea because people ain't looking at your dirty laundry as their washers. Mud Digger, what's going on? I sent you an invite. If you'd like to hit that link, come on up. Say hi. I know there's a few things that's going on with you over there. I've been watching some of your posts.
Hey, Mud Digger.
Been watching some other RV lifestyles, and there's so many people out there that have these newer RVs and what they call COVID built. In other words, they're like pushed out. These big landlot yachts. They paid a lot of money for it, and they're all starting to buckle and starting to leak. And they're less than 6 years old. So most of them are calling them COVID built. In other words, they are pushed out of the manufacturer in a high demand, and they're selling for top dollar because it was high demand, and the quality was not, good, and they just kind of threw them together. So there's been a lot of problems with that. A lot of people are saying they're selling their newer RVs and trying to look for an older RV.
Well, once I get to the campground, I'll be a lot happier.
Yeah. I think I'm going to look for something like that for myself. Something, a permanent spot where I don't have to worry about moving, I don't have to worry about moving, but more of a nicer area with something I could be able to sit out. I have a nice little spot, but I like to have my own domain.
Yeah. I'm going to have sewer and water and electricity.
Yep.
I haven't tried the hot water yet because I didn't have any water in the tanks.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking they probably did the hot water just like they did the heater. The heater doesn't have a pilot light.
Yeah, they probably drained that, and then they probably ran the winterized stuff through it. Didn't you say it was blue or something at one time? The water?
No.
Oh, they just probably emptied them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took
my. Go ahead.
I'm gonna run the water good anyways through it.
Yeah, I took my hot water heater out because how I was doing the bathroom, and I actually have that up in the back. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it just for a spare or sell it because I know it does work, but I got one of the electric hot water heaters that's hot ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it runs off of 110, so just plug it in, put your water to it, and it's good to go.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the water heater is just like the furnace, that you don't have to do a pilot light.
Some of the older ones, yes, they have pilot lights. I think some of the newer ones, they have a glow plug, but
yeah, like I said, there's no pilot light on the heater.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think that they'd put a pilot light on one and not on the other,
We have here's another gentleman right there, Grandpa. I just subscribed to him. He has a little less than 500 subscribers. Listens. I can't pronounce it too good, but he's full-time van living. I watched a couple of his videos.
Yeah, mine's not much bigger than him. Mine isn't much bigger than a van.
Well, we both have C-class, so that's good. It's we have a little bit more room. You know, I did that right there. I closed off the cab, and I think that was the best thing because even like right now, if I open up the front to get into the cab, I could feel the heat coming through the windows. And it also gives me more room for the type of mattress I have, which is a twin mattress. And plus, I built the covers way up top. But tell you, getting up that little ladder right there really stinks at night. I got to come up with a better idea for the bedding.
Yeah, I got my bed in the back right next to the bathroom.
Yeah, you got a nice bed set up. There's no problem for that. I kind of wish I had one that was a little bit bigger like that. Yeah.
And in my space above the cab,
Yep.
This is what I did with that.
Ah, there you go, Grandpa. I think I was talking about something like that at one time. Putting a TV up there. Wasn't sure.
Well,
I'm glad to see that done. Yeah. Now, do you have it mounted, or is it where you have to lie it down when you move?
I'm going to have to lie it down when I move.
Yep.
But once I get to the campsite, I ain't going no fucking where.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm going to hook up the sewer and the water, and that'll be it.
He says, I like the on-demand water heater. It's installed in one of my vans complex in the brand. That's awesome. I don't know if you're familiar with you sound like you've been on YouTube for a little while. If you'd like to hit that link up there, you're more than welcome to come up for a little bit. My channel, it's only, I think, 2,400 subscribers. I may get 8 people watching this live, so it's not like it's millions of people that watch it. So you're more than welcome to come on up. If not, just throw your link in the chat, and we'll get some people that will hit that link and check out your channel too.
I'm gonna look into going solar.
Solar, yeah.
Yeah.
I got the solar panel up top. I got the conversion, that box. I got that all set. But I think there's something up with it because this light that's on this side is bright, but the one that's right here looks bright like that, but it's not. It looks like it's low. So I got to check it out. Something is not working right.
Yeah, I bought 4 new ones on Temu.
Yep. And then I got my LED lights right there. That's running on a solar. That's on the solar. That's on the solar. And my barbecue chicken, that's actually plugged in to the 15 amp, well, the 30 amp setup.
Yeah, I got to get me some of them LED horror lights that you got there.
Yeah, they you get them at Walmart. I think they're like $12, and they hook into like a regular wall outlet, but they're USB. I think I have a package here still.
Check in.
This is what they look like. It's called curtain lights. It comes with the remote control. So, if you're in bed and you forget to turn them off, you can turn them on and off, which is pretty good. They're cheap enough. I usually get the solid white. They have color, but I like the solid white. They do last for a while. I had this set up for when I first got the RV about a year ago, and I had another set up over here, but with all that construction work I was doing, the overhead cab, I think I spliced a couple of wires and smashed a couple bulbs. So, it kind of didn't look right when it was lit. So I took those down. So I'm bound to replace them, but I don't want to do that just yet.
The person I got this from was wrong. There's no leaks in here.
I didn't think so. That's a really nice setup you have. Very nice.
Where there is a problem is on the driver's side. The Luan is bubbling on the outside.
Right. It's moisture that's going to get on. Well, it's probably already underneath there. It kind of separated the glue from that. It sounds more complicated, but if you watch some of my videos, you'll see, it does get separated, and it's easier than you think to fix. It's just time consuming.
Yeah. Well, they're separated, Lucky.
What's that?
I said they're separated.
Yeah, the Luan and the metal.
No, the cheeks of my ass.
Well, I hope they ain't stuck together, because then you have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, made you choke on that one. Could you hear the goats? The kids are crying. I picked something up today, and it's not what you're thinking it's for.
Yep. Okay.
It's actually for Jackson's nose.
Uh-oh, what happened? Just dry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets dried and cracked.
Oh, that probably hurts. And he's constantly licking it, though, right?
No.
No?
No.
How's Luna, the baby girl?
She's doing good. She had surgery 2 weeks ago again.
For what now?
For her mouth again.
Oh, man.
And she ripped off one of her dew claws, and it come back as a tumor.
Uh-oh.
So she had to get both of those done, and they called me today and said that it wasn't benign.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, but they also said that it will grow back.
Yeah.
Unless she goes in and has part of her jaw taken out. And I ain't doing that. I mean, in fact, she's 9 years old.
Yeah, but wouldn't that affect her a little bit as far as like eating wise too?
It might.
Yeah.
She weren't happy she had to go around for a few days with that hood on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely warm today.
Yeah, the temperature was up here. I haven't had the heater on today.
I think I took the heater out yesterday. I got in the front of the cab. I tell you, that thing, you really have to go to Walmart and get one of those. I think that'll do a wonder for you. That little tiny heater I have. The one I showed you that I use?
The propane one?
No. Little heater like this.
Yeah, I have one. It's not much bigger than that.
Yeah.
About the same thing. But where I'm plugged into it, if I turn it all the way up, it kicks the breaker out.
I did pick this up though. I'm not sure if I'm going to install this inside the cab or in here somewhere. I got this here.
Hey, Mud Digger.
What's up, Grandpa? What's going on, Lucky?
There we go.
What the fuck is that?
It's a radio. It's Bluetooth.
Yeah, I got a no tooth.
I think I'm gonna install that back here because it has 4 speakers, and It's just a radio. I don't think it's a CD. Car stereo. Yeah, AM, FM, digital, Bluetooth. So put that somewhere here. So what's going on, my dude?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. Actually, started a dual mower project build.
Oh wow.
So let me see if I can.
Mini bike.
Yeah, I got that. I got that going as well. And that's actually going pretty good right now. That motor's working. It's dialed in nicely. I'm getting a good even ride out of it. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So one of the two mower projects is I've got a older Craftsman in the back that side shaft pulley, big old tires on it that I'm turning into my next off-road build. But I've got a newer one. It's what is it here? A DYT 4000. And there's the chassis right there. I got it stripped down to just the rear end, the chassis, and then I've got the motor from the older mower in the back. That's a 22.5 horse Kohler.
Yep.
So that's going on there. I'm going to lower the front end down, raise up the rear end a little bit, customize the steering so that way it'll be slanted and it can sit somewhere in here, and then put some kind of fiberglass body on it and make a rat rod type of little machine out of it.
Awesome. Hey, Mud Digger, Resistance. I can't pronounce his name. I have a problem with pronouncing, but he's another YouTuber. He's full-time van life there. And we got Grandpa up top. So
That's pronounced.
How we doing, gentlemen?
It's quiet resilience.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have a problem pronouncing names. It's been that
No
like that
worries.
for years. So tell us a little bit about your channel. Like I said, I watched some of your videos and I happen to like it. I don't recall seeing your other YouTube channel, but I've been around for close to 10 years, so I've probably seen your videos somewhere in the past. But as far as your new channel, describe that.
The new channel it's really towards stoicism, van life, and just kind of, that's really it. October of last year, I graduated from rehab and completely sober from everything. Porn,
Congratulations.
drugs, and alcohol. Just it does some pretty messed up stuff to people's relationships, and it definitely took its toll on mine.
Yep.
And I had to step away. So
On that note,
I don't ever want to go back.
Yeah.
But that's really where my channel comes into play. I'm just trying to post videos really of my thoughts and in hopes of helping other individuals that might find themselves struggling as well.
Well, that's great, man. I pray for your success.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, my channel is basically goes all over the place. It first started out as taking riding lawnmowers, converting them into a poor man's ATV, riding in the woods. Then it grew into like whatever I wanted to video or record or go live. That's what I did. Did politics. I've done freedom of speeches. I've done the RV life stuff. I've done depression, anxiety videos. I've done feeding the homeless, tent life. My videos go all over the place.
So quiet resilience. What's your name?
My first name's Carter.
Carter?
Yep.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, Bucky's got some interesting videos up there. He had a mud mower that probably did 50, 60 miles an hour.
Very cool. Very cool.
And he has one video where he's got an exorcist theme where he breaks his leg and it goes completely around.
Lucky 7 breaks the leg. That's what it's called.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
You know, your mention of anxiety and depression, that's, you know, I've battled with it all of my life. It's
Same here.
Yeah, it stems from a lot of trauma, you know, childhood, so forth like that. And I never realized what I was dealing with until I started doing research on my own and why I was having thoughts and just different stuff. And you know, you start looking into it and it's like, wow, that there's a whole lot going on there. And it killed my drive. I try to manage it the best I can on a daily basis. And I mean, I have good days, I have my bad days, but man, it really does. It takes a toll. You know,
It does take a toll.
Yeah.
I've suffered from depression and anxiety for most of my life. I'm battling it just about every day.
Yeah.
I've been through some counseling for many, many years. It's just I use my coping skills every day, and I think of positive things, but it still gets to you where, you know, what the frig are you doing, you know? But yet you realize it's not always you, but you push that blame on you, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, what's that, Grandpa?
On a lighter note, man, just to have a little laugh, you are depressing and you give me fucking anxiety.
Right.
Me and Grandpa, we go back many, many years. Grandpa, he first started out on YouTube, and you know, he was the sweetest old guy that I seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now he's a motherfucker. But anyways, no, he's a good guy. But what caught me on his video is he'll sit there and, you know, he got some people into the chat, and instead of like him just looking at the chat and reading it, he'll read it out loud. So he's narrating the whole entire chat to the whole entire people. And that's what got me liking that idea. And ever since that, me and Grandpa's been chatting and going live for many years. That has to be at least, what, 7, 8 years, Grandpa?
Yeah, it's been a long fucking time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lasted longer than either one of my marriages.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the longer because I still got your favorite picture.
I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever gone live.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You'll like it.
So,
I got Grandpa's favorite picture, which he happens to like all the time. Let's see if I can pull this up here.
Oh, it's got to be the Lucky 7 one.
No.
That I'm wearing the Lucky 7 shirt and you're holding Luna.
No.
Oh, no, the ass cheeks.
Yep.
Oh, where's she at? Where's my girl?
I'm looking for it. Hold on.
who's the Dodge RV back in the background?
That's Lucky's.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep, that's my RV. Yeah.
I have a Ford.
I got a Chevy.
Mine's a Ford Tioga 1990.
Okay.
41,000 miles.
Nice.
I don't know where did it go. I just seen this. Seen it.
Did you get rid of my girlfriend?
I hope not, because I brought up the conversation. Now all of a sudden I can't find it. I don't know, but I'll show you this one.
Shame on you, man.
Can't show that. That's the background. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I know where it is. Wait a minute. Settings. Audio, camera, layouts. focus. There we go.
Oh, now.
Oh, there she is. Damn. Look at that. There's lunch.
How do I get this thing off here?
Yeah.
So if I want to go in my living room.
So how was it for you staying warm over the winter time?
Myself,
Yeah.
I was down in the desert, Yuma, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was down there for about 3 months. My little buddy heater, when it got cold enough, I pulled it out and I used it. I will say I'm back in my home state of Oregon, and it's gotten pretty cold. I know last night it dipped into the 30s. We've been into the low 20s. I know there's a number of other places that are colder than that. You're probably laughing at me. Oh, that ain't cold, but it's cold for me.
Yeah.
20s
I've
is
been-
t-shirt weather.
I've been here
What?
since February
Yeah,
in Maine.
in Maine.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's colder than a well digger's ass at night.
I bet. Holy cow.
I'm in Rhode Island.
Okay. So how is sorry, I'm writing a post as I ask you this question.
That's
So
okay.
new-
Lucky and I is all fucked up.
Yep.
Well, I was going to ask. I mean, as far as the East Coast, how is van life? I've heard mixed comments. As far as it's not very friendly out there as for van lifers, but then I've also heard that people want it, especially up in Maine. I've had a friend of mine that I met down in Arizona. He was there for the wintertime, and he was talking about how Maine they are big boondocking proponents.
Yeah, we get a lot of people come spring and summer. We get a lot of people that just go up and park at Walmart.
Okay. And they don't have any issues or anything with that.
No, the French people, they come up there and they put road cones out and fucking tape around them, and they make them a little campsite.
Nice.
But Lucky and I are both stationary right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at my son's house and I'm plugged into 110, which is good, but I can only run like the electric heater or the coffee pot. I can't do them both at the same time or it kicks a breaker.
Right. Yeah.
And in a couple of weeks here, I'm going to Yogi Bear Campground for the summer.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Myself, here in Rhode Island, it's a tighter community. You would have to go like south of Providence area, like South County of Rhode Island. There's a lot of wooded areas. You cannot park at Walmarts up here. They'll give you a 24-hour notice if you're there more than 2 days. I think 1 day. They have security guards, cars that drive around. Make sure you don't park there. But if they get miss you.
But
The Home Depot, you can't do it at Home Depot anymore. If you get caught parked in woods, they have to give you a 30-day notice. They actually bring you to court, and if you can't move that vehicle, they have to, you lose it.
Wow.
It's tough here in Rhode Island, unless if you have somewhere where you could be able to park it. But if you're constantly on a move and you move from one location to another location, you're good. They don't bother you. It's just they don't want to see you parking there for more than 2 days, in a particular area.
Gotcha.
campsites are not open yet. End of the month they will be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I here in Oregon, it's from the sounds of it, it sounds like it's pretty similar to Rhode Island. We have some communities in Oregon. We have a lot of public use land. We have BLM land out here. So, I mean, there's places that we can go, but I guess I'm finding that I'm more of a city van life kind of dweller guy. I like access to my amenities. I've got a gym membership, so I go get my showers there. Get a good workout in, and I've got plenty of choices as far as food. But with that being said, the Walmart, it's off limits. It's got security guards that patrol the whole parking lot. Home Depot, maybe one night, but if you're camped out for more than a day or two, they'll kick you out.
Yep.
Me being in a regular size van, the solar panels on the roof tend to give it away, but otherwise, I'm a clean van lifer. I don't throw trash out. I've got trash bags in my van, and I toss the trash at the truck stops. But I did wind up talking to my. I wound up finding a safe parking spot. I don't want to go too much into detail because I don't want that getting out.
Location away. It's like mine.
Yeah.
Give my location. I might film around, the RV or something like that, but I don't say exactly where I am in Rhode Island. There's very, very limited people that know, and that's a good thing for it.
Yeah. So I don't want to ruin it for the businesses. I don't want to ruin it for myself. It just stuff like that.
Exactly.
And it's already in a state where there are homeless people that they hang around that area, and they don't have tents, they don't have a van, they don't have anything.
We have a lot of homeless people here, and unfortunately, a lot of them are drug addicts.
Yeah,
that's why I have Dirty Gertie. I never leave home.
There you go. You go. Yeah,
I just got my kitty cat. That's all. She guards the door.
There you go.
I have 2 boxers.
I got a service dog. He's sleeping on the bed right now, so he definitely lets people know. So.
Yeah. But I used to go live all the time, but don't do that anymore. It's kind of one of those hit and miss things. And Grandpa, we both used to go live all the time. We used to have full panels there all the time. And of course, YouTube drama kills it all. And and the only people that stuck together is me and Grandpa. We usually go live and see just us two up here shooting the shit, people watching. But besides that, really nobody ever goes on the panels anymore.
A lot of trolls.
Yep. A lot of trolls.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Even on the channels themselves, there's a lot of trolls that come in and make comments.
I got swatted 3 different times.
Yep. Everything guy and another gentleman here. Haven't talked to you in a while. Brandon, how's it going?
Do you know what that is, being swatted? They called the police on me and said the last one that I had a hostage at the house, so they showed up at my door with guns pulled.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's why you never say your location where you are.
Yeah. I don't know. Yep. It's funny you mentioned that because yesterday, and I don't know if the state police was there because of me, but I have a tendency to talk loudly, especially when I'm on a phone call with, my daughter. It's not necessarily, it's just when I'm talking on the phone. It doesn't matter who it is. I just talk loudly on the phone, and I try to catch myself, but it's still, I get pretty loud talking on the phone, and I think somebody heard me outside of my van, and they went into the store and, hey, there's a guy in this van out there. Anyways, after I ended the call, I look out my window and there's a state police car sitting right next to me. So,
Wondering who's tied up in the back.
yeah, I didn't, he didn't come out. He didn't bug me or anything like that. He didn't ask me what was going on. I was putting two and two together, and that's the only thing I could think of. So,
Well, if you have Facebook, I get that group on the bottom. You see it scrolling on the bottom, old RV and van repair.
okay. I'm not on Facebook. I'm on Instagram.
Yep. You can find me on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, other than that, I just like you guys, just kind of trying to survive. I have some wants to travel outside of the country. I get, as I'm sure you guys do, I get tired of all this garbage that goes on, the politics, and it just.
Well, like I said in your post earlier, they're slowly taking our freedom away. Just like how you were mentioning how that person was asking about trying to make a law to sleep out in a van or a vehicle or something like that.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what it's coming to a point, where the government's trying to force everybody by taking their freedom away.
Yeah.
Last I known, I lived in the United States where freedom is supposed to be, where you could be basically do not anything you wanted, but live a comfortable life.
Right.
And, living a comfortable life to myself is something like this. The overhead. Yeah, it's not a house or domain, but this is my home.
Right.
I'm not considered homeless. You're not considered homeless. Grandpa's not considered homeless. This is our domain. This is our house.
Yeah.
And, it shouldn't matter if it moves or it transports or, or sitting in one area. This is our house. So they shouldn't be against the law to be able to do this,
Right.
It's basically,
the problem with it?
Go ahead, Grandpa.
The problem with it is, Lucky, is that they don't know where you're at from day to day.
Exactly. And tax purposes as well. How much could they tax on an RV that's already registered and paid tax on? You can't pay housing tax. You can't pay, electrical, not electrical, what do they call it? The sewer, plumbing, all the utilities that you use. Of course you're going to use some on grid, but if you live off grid, they can't tax you on that.
Right. Yeah.
So that it's all runs about how much could we tax these people to be able to make it a law. That's why they don't want people living in RVs full time of that fact.
Yeah, no, I agree.
At the beginning of my broadcast, I mentioned about how you were saying about COVID build RVs. I believe that's 100% true. During the COVID, they push these RVs out. And now it's to a point where like the newer RVs are just hitting the market and they are pushed out with the COVID. Now they weren't built like these older vehicles are. Mine is a 1977 Sportsman Air Cruise. This thing is solid as a rock.
Yeah.
I can't see the newer RVs lasting this long like this RV here.
Right.
Yeah, though, if I hit the fucking Powerball, Lucky, I'd have me a diesel pusher Newmar.
Well, you're going to have to get two, Grandpa.
No. You can fucking ride in mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Junkyard in there in the chat. And Brandon, everything guy.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, yeah. I put a post on my channel telling them to come check us out. I don't know those individuals. I don't think. Maybe they did subscribe to my channel, but maybe you guys got some followers out there. But like I said, I put a post on my YouTube channel.
Well,
The
I
community
appreciate
post.
that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll go on your channel later. I'll grab your link and I'll add it in the descriptions of this video here. So I'll do
Awesome.
that. So
Yeah.
on the bottom description later, you'll see your channel. Everything,
Yeah,
guys, is doing good, everyone. Come on up. I haven't talked to you in a little while, neither. You know what to do. Hit that link. He went to the casino. You could tell us about your casino trip. I gotta check my barbecue chicken. I got that on an air fryer / oven. Yeah. So, Grandpa, what do you think? The front or the back?
I'd do the speakers like I have in mine. I got the door speakers, and then one up on this side and one up on the other side.
Being Bluetooth, I'm not going to listen to like a regular radio, but being Bluetooth, I could be able to change that, on my phone. So if I did install this into the dashboard, the speakers will be back here,
Yeah. I mean, I got an old cassette player one.
Yeah, the one that's on the dash is just one of those old fashioned turn knob ones. I really would like to keep it, Maybe I'll like put this in a little box or something.
I'd like to be able to get into a little box.
My I guess I always call it the head unit.
Funky.
It's got a CD player and it's Bluetooth and got the auxiliary. It's got a Sirius satellite connection type.
Nice.
It came with the van.
Yep.
But I wound up putting some really nice 6x9s in the back, and it made a huge difference in the sound quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you have a nice van though. I seen it. One of the videos.
I used to have a 1978 Dodge Sportsman van, just a regular old van, nothing in it. And I hooked up a stereo that I got from Crutchfield. I had 4 6x9s and a 1,000-watt amp.
Yeah.
And that thing would crank.
Oh yeah.
And I do mean nice. Crank. I mean, it was so loud that if I turned it up, the rear view mirror vibrated so much you couldn't see out of it.
Yep.
The hardest part I see that I have is actually water. Having enough water in the RV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to go into my son's house to get water.
So I came up with that idea with the 5-gallon jugs, but I just haven't done that. I got so many plans. It's just.
Yeah, well, after a couple weeks, I'm going to be hooked into the water and the sewer and the electricity. So I can just sit my fat ass in here and get high as a kite and fucking eat and do whatever I want.
Smoke it up.
Fucking right.
Yeah, I've got a 5-gallon jug in the back that I use for my on-demand hot water for the shower. And that was good to have out in Arizona. I was able to make friends with the guys that I was hanging around, and I was able to borrow I think it was like a 25-gallon barrel.
Oh, so, wow.
Yep. Yeah, I filled that up every once in a while, and that was what I used to take a shower. I've made thoughts about getting a piece of property down in New Mexico because that's where they have very lenient code enforcement and all that. And I was thinking about building an outhouse with a shower and all that stuff in it.
Yeah, after my time's up at Yogi Bear, a friend of mine said I could park my RV there during the winter, and he's going to let me build the thing off in his garage where I can enclose it, and
Nice.
I'll stick a wood stove in there.
There you
Yep.
go.
I mean, in the water situation, that sucks because the dogs have to have water, and I have to have my coffee in the morning.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the biggest thing, coffee. I told you what happened when one morning I got up and I went to go make my coffee. I got the water, I poured it inside the pot, grabbed the filter tray, put a new liner in it, and I opened the refrigerator. I opened up the milk and I poured some milk inside the coffee liner.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck am I doing?
You haven't had your coffee yet.
Yeah, exactly.
You were so tired, you poured the milk in the. That's
Yep.
funny.
Yeah, I couldn't fill the water tank in here in the wintertime because I would have had a 30-gallon ice cube.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I took my water tank out. I'm not sure if it got sliced. I don't know how. Definitely not when I owned the vehicle. But I tried to fix it. I couldn't fix it, so I came up with another idea, which I already got everything for it. Got the water pumps. I'm actually taking my kitchen here, and I'm moving it to the back of the RV. And then this is going to be open over here. So I did an overhead cab replacement, the whole entire thing. Skylights and all.
There's Mr. Jackson.
Oh, there you go.
Hi, Bubba.
So what I do is, those 5-gallon jugs that you see at Walmart that's like usually near the entrance doors?
Yeah.
I have it set up where you could put 4 of them together and you get the PEX tubing.
Okay.
And you poke a hole through the top of those jugs. Now you got 4 of them in line with your water pump that's sucking the water out either from 1 or all 4 with shut-off valves that controls each one of those PEX piping going into the water tubing.
Okay.
So once you run out of water, you could either replace that one jug or you could replace all those jugs, and it's clean water. There's no holding tanks because if the holding tanks, most of the times they smell and they,
Yeah.
You have to have filters and stuff. So I came up with that idea. That's what I think I'm going to do for here because it's an easy access if you're out and about, go to any Walmart that they'll have those, and it's usually $6-7 for a 5-gallon jug of water, or you could refill them if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But at least
Temu Lucky has some really nice stuff for RVs.
which RVs?
Temu,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
they have a battery operated electric water pump that fits right on top of those clear 5-gallon jugs.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
What's the matter, Punky? What?
I bought a lot of my my budget solar stuff off of the Temu app.
Really, I'm going to have to check that out because I'd like to be completely solar as far as heat come next winter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, being up in Maine, what's your day like as far as solar, the sun? I mean, how long do you have?
Yeah, I don't know. You just remedy that by getting more solar panels.
True.
solar farms are being outbuilt here in New England. Every piece of property that you think of is turned into a solar farm.
Yeah.
Especially here in Rhode Island, I know it's been an outbreak. It's like, they're clearing these lands, and it's just not 10 acres. You're talking about hundreds of acres turning into solar farms.
Right.
And, there's one piece of land that I remember used to be a junkyard. And I drove by it the other day. I said, what the heck are they building here? And I realized at the beginning of the entrance, there was 8 or 9 telephone poles all stood up together. So I realized that's what it is. It's a solar farm that they're building on this property.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, we probably have 3 different solar farms within a 15-mile radius and huge ones. And ain't none of that solar being used for Maine. It's shipped to Massachusetts.
Yeah. I know. I've got 200-watt solar panels on the roof. I've got a 200 amp hour lithium ion battery. And then I've got a 40 amp solar charge controller. And I mean, that powers everything that I need.
I like your best.
Yeah, I've got a 2,500 watt pure sine wave inverter. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but that's the battery. Then you can see those are the bus bars, and then I've got a 100 amp fuse. That's my solar charge controller, and then down here is my 2,500 watt pure sine wave inverter, and I power a fridge, my laptop, and then a few lights. And this system provides me more than I could even imagine. Now, I do have plans of installing a 12-volt AC system on the back of the van that runs off the solar system. So that's going to be a power hog, a resource hog during the summer months. But I still think if I add one more 200 amp hour battery, my solar system is going to be more than enough, and I'll have enough in reserve to run that 12-volt system even overnight.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, what's a system like that usually would cost?
This system right now that I have, I paid less than $1,000 for.
Nice.
So you think of a EcoFlow Delta 2, that costs $1,000. And this system is,
it pays off in quick time because of the living status that we have here. You know, you can't put a dollar value on something like what it's worth because you actually need that for your living.
Oh yeah,
and
it's much more reliable. This thing is much more reliable than that EcoFlow Delta 2 ever was. The Delta 2 would shut off on me at random times. So then I'd wake up, my fridge and stuff would be defrosted. It was stressful. And then I got this thing set up and I haven't had one problem with it ever since I got it installed. So yeah, I definitely recommend going this route.
Everything guy said he'll be up soon, but I think he kind of got sidetracked.
Oh, I got you.
I wonder what happened to Mud Digger.
I know he disappeared shortly after we introduced each other, and then
he disappears quick like that.
I got you.
Yep.
And then this is my boy, Bandit.
What's up, buddy? Hold on. Let me see if I can get Punky. We'll see what he does. Punky, come on. Come on. Why don't you meet Bandit? Say hi, Bandit.
Is he the kitty? That's too funny. Yeah, it's been worth it. I know. The 12-volt AC system, that's going to change things through the summer months for sure, because it gets pretty hot out here in Oregon.
Well, I definitely have my fan on today. I told Grandpa to unplug my heater, and I had a heater in here, and it wasn't that bad. And then this is what I use, little 110.
Okay.
And that works for me.
You run off your solar, or?
What's that?
Do you run that off your solar or when you're plugged into 110?
110. Plug it
Well,
off.
as far as your RV, though, do you
Yeah,
have enough
I'm
solar?
plugged in right now. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
It's an older system. This is the reason why I was asking, because, I'm bound to upgrade on mine. But that's in the near futures,
Yeah.
depending where I plan on going with the RV, because my plans are awful big, and sometimes I don't even accomplish my plans. I a lot of dreams. It's just a fact of getting there, I'm put it this way. I'm just happy that I have a roof over my head, because before
Right.
this, it was tent life. I lived in a tent for a short period of time. Before that, I was moving a lot. Couldn't find a secure, steady place. Income wasn't that great. And before that, I was doing really, really good. I was actually helping the homeless. I gave out hundreds of food bags, lunch bags, every week. And going to tent cities, helping them out. Had an awesome back with my YouTube community backing me up on that. Doing really, really good. It's just sometimes life turns around and hits you in the ass, and you just start all over again. And fortunately, knock on wood, I have this again. Like I said, I'm not homeless. This is my home, So it took me a while just to get what I have here. It's actually been in plan for a long time to downgrade what I had in life. It took me close to 3 years to get rid of everything that I didn't need. I had storage facilities full of stuff. I had my apartment was full of furniture. It's just I had so much stuff I didn't even need. It took me a long time to get here. I just don't look back and say, I wish I still had this, wish I had that, because I don't, because I am happy for what I have.
Right. Yeah, 2012 was my first divorce. I had to file for bankruptcy, lost a bunch of stuff there. Was able to build myself back up. Had some relationships. And then my daughter made a decision to live with her mom full time. And then I wound up on the road. There was a job that I wound up taking that was over the road maintenance.
Yep.
And then wound up getting married again. That one didn't last but maybe 10 months. And we were legally married for 2 years. And then after I divorced her, I was able to buy myself a home. And then when COVID hit, lost everything, moved back to Washington State, which is where my parents are living. And just a bunch of stuff, mental, a lot of stuff boiled back up from the past, and I wound up walking away from everything there. Wound up homeless in a shelter. Was living out of I had a 4-door Chevy Aveo at the time, tiny little 4-door sedan, and wound up in some low income housing. And there were a couple of nice people there, but there was a lot of people that just weren't very nice. And I wound up finding this van online, and the guy stated that he rebuilt the engine. He stated that he rebuilt the transmission. So I didn't really haggle. I wanted a G20 van. I like my G20 vans. And But I just recently, I was on my way back home from the desert, and my transmission locked up in a high gear and wouldn't downshift. So I had to pay a pretty big chunk of money that I'm still trying to recuperate from and get the transmission replaced. But I've got a rebuilt engine. I've got a rebuilt transmission. The powertrain on this thing is good. I've seen the brakes. The brakes are in great shape. It is getting due for some tires, new tires, but to be expected.
Sam's Garage. He's another good YouTuber. Should check out his channel too. He's saying hi to your grandpa.
Who's that?
Sam's Garage.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Sam's Garage. Sam is a fucking genius.
Very cool.
He'll put a little nitro engine on a fishing pole and go fishing.
There you go.
Yeah, his latest is a remote controlled mini bike.
A full size mini bike.
Yeah,
Like a motorcycle.
I mean,
Remote control.
one of these days he's going to build something that has a soul.
That'd be all right.
So you're saying you used to do OTR service, right? That was that's my career. That's what I do. OTR service.
Yeah, I was working for a I was working for a company that was based out of Omaha, and they had a contract with Lowe's, and I would go into all the different Lowe's and basically maintain all their rolling carts.
Oh wow! No, I did all the OTR tires over the road.
Okay.
From skid steers all the way down to loaded tires, excavators. You know, all the heavy duty tires that you needed. Work on calcium filled, foam filled. I've done them all.
Very cool. Very cool.
Check my chicken.
You got to choke your chicken.
Yeah.
Nasty fucker.
It's actually done. I just can't take it out to show you guys yet. It's hot. I don't have no pot holders. I'll find something.
You got a t-shirt, right?
I was actually thinking about taking one of my socks off and using my sock.
Oh, well, fuck that, man.
Grandpa, want a piece of chicken after?
No, thank you. Not if you're going to use your fucking socks.
Oh, this is another thing I have ran on my solar panel. I got LED fish lights, the ones that go on the tanks, and I have 3 of those. But this one here is a neon blue.
Nice.
I have 3 of them, so I could use that. And that if I'm in the cab, in the middle, in the back. Let me see if I can get that chicken out.
Don't use your sock, you nasty fucker.
No, I got 2 towels.
You know, I'm sure Punky'd like some of that later on. She don't want you using your motherfucking sock. Poor girl. Oh, that looks good.
There we go. Nice barbecue chicken.
There you
You
go.
gotta let it cool off.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Sam says he puts engines. Excuse me. He says he puts engines on anything, and that's correct.
Nice.
Yeah, whenever I see him having a video on Facebook, I go check it out. Sam's a nice young man. He's a good husband and father to boot.
Yeah, good worker too. He does
Oh,
construct.
yeah.
Yep, does excellent work. Should open up his own business.
Yeah, see, if I ever run around him and I'd get into trouble, man, because I've been known to hit on the Hennessy every now and then.
Yeah.
I stay away from the alcohol mostly. I ain't had a beer in a couple of years.
I had a beer probably 4 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, not that I ever had a problem with it. It's just every time I got really drunk, I ended up getting married.
I bought a 6-pack, and I still have 3 of them left in my refrigerator.
Yeah, the last time I bought a 6-pack, I checked and the beer was expired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think one of my videos I shown, I've actually had beer that was expired in my refrigerators back in the day too. Yep.
I never let it sit that long. That was my problem.
Well, I've had a problem in the past. I was pretty big into, other substance and alcohol. And this is going back many, many, many years ago. And I kind of like just stopped cold turkey. And it was hard for a while. And then it caught up to me for a little bit and got me, because I think it was my depression that was building up, and got me drained into other things that I shouldn't have done. And I was having some problems with the other half, I should say.
Right.
And it caused me some overdosing on some Selexin and Trazodone. I was out for the count for a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the hospital.
Trazodone.
Well,
Yep.
the problem is people try to self-medicate with the wrong substances is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't self-medicating. It was more of a 988, situation where I was done for, I was done with everything. And now, like I said, I'm happy the way I am. Yeah, I still suffer from depression and anxiety, but I use my coping skills to be able to, make myself even feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've had a demo.
I'd be the first to admit if I didn't have my smoke, I'd fucking kill people.
Grandpa, run out. I got a couple bodies for you. Demo Don saying hello, Grandpa.
Hey, how you doing, Demo?
This is the longest we've been on in a while, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Laura's there?
Haven't drank Hennessy in about 3 weeks because I don't like it. So wake up sickness.
Well, Sam, that's your body telling you you're fucking poisoning yourself.
I don't know. I recently seen a video within a week you holding a Hennessy bottle in the garage. So maybe you're thinking it was 3 weeks, but it was actually a week ago.
See, the problem is you're doing it like I used to do there. Instead of pouring it in a glass, you're drinking it out of the bottle. And that Hennessy goes down smooth.
Never had it. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I never tried. Mine was whiskey.
Oh,
Mine was hot liquor with stomach comfort.
Yeah, it was.
I could be able to drink that stomach comfort, take it and just drink it like water.
Yeah, If I even smell that now, it makes me gag.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same here. I can't deal with nothing hard anymore because of just remembering about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
it
know
was the
what?
times when I like go to work, get out of work, I go right across the street to the liquor store, and owners knew me, and I had a charge with them every night. Go in there, get a 40 ounce, but not just one. Used to get a case of them, and there was 6 in a case every
wow.
night. 6 40 ounces. Wake up in the morning, sometimes 3, 4 in the morning, and go down, bust like 8 tires, 10 tires for a truck, sometimes even more than that, or doing a loaded tire. When it came time for lunch, guess what? I went down to the liquor store, got another couple 40s to last me until I got out of work.
Wow.
That's how I survived every day for a long time.
Dogs are good, Sam.
And it wasn't Budweiser, it was Natty Ice, Natural Ice 40s.
Natty Light.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, I've been known to drink some Jack Daniels now and then. Now that new Honey Jack, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, I've tried that before. That was good. I would mix that in with the there was a dark beer. It wasn't Guinness. It was like a local brew. I would mix that stuff with. Oh my gosh. That was good.
Yeah, see, Sam, I was right. I remember seeing you, and he says that, oh, I feel like it was 3 weeks. No, it was only last week. Yeah.
Man, I just recently switched this seat around the passenger seat on my van.
Yeah.
So awesome. I mean, just flipping it around, it opens up this van so much.
Yep. I actually took the passenger seat out of mine, and I on the side of this wall here on the bottom, I have another little cubby door, and I put a 2-drawer metal file cabinet.
Okay.
Keep all my personal paperwork and everything that's in there for the van, because pay stubs, everything that all the maintenance you do for the van and stuff, instead of having it somewhere else, that's what I did. And also, without having a seat there, it gives me a little more storage for whatever I'm doing, even when I do transport something or myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to have for dinner yet.
I gotta wait for the chicken to cool off, then I'm gonna put some French fries in the oven.
Yeah, one thing I couldn't find in here, I couldn't find the shelf trays that go for the broiler in the microwave.
Oh, the microwave. Well,
yeah, so
your oven. You plan on keeping your oven, Grandpa? Like getting it hooked up? Do you need anything from like the stove knobs? They're all the same. So, my stuff will probably fit yours if you want it. Because I'm taking my oven and throwing it out. It all works, but
no, I got all of that.
Rig.
I just don't. I don't have the shelves for the microwave.
Yeah, well, I don't have a microwave. I don't know what to even look for that. I got a regular 110 microwave.
My microwave has a broiler built into it.
Oh.
And the broiler doesn't work too well if you have it sitting on the bottom of the microwave.
Could you be able to Google it, see what it looks like?
Yeah, I think it's probably a basic size. It's probably a 12-inch shelf.
Here we go. Sam's Garage. It says, let's see. Do we have a TV? Yeah, we have a TV. Let's see. One day I'll get an RV and fix it up. I could imagine how his RV is going to be fixed up. Sam Garage said he's going to do an RV like that.
Sam, 51 in.
There you go. Hold on, Grandpa. Oh, where are we going? Right there. Yep.
And that's only because mine wouldn't fit in here.
And I got this one here. And that's bolted with the swivel where I could turn this and face it out the window if I wanted to. And it's mounted to the wall. And the screws actually go through the wall to outside. And it's actually bolted. So it's stationary.
Yeah, mine's light enough to where I could take it out and put it on a picnic table outside if I wanted to.
Yep.
But it gets hot and humid here in the summertime, and I don't do well with the humidity, so my fat ass will be sitting here in here with the dogs with the air conditioner on.
There you go.
Well, that's one thing that mine actually cranks. I get ice on my windshield, on my windows.
On
when I
your
have
windshield.
Yeah, when the wind shits. Yep. Now, being this all closed, I'd like to see what's going to happen this summer. Because last summer I didn't have this closed up. I had the whole top off. It was all open.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was completely open. I did the overhead cab where you sleep quarters. I tore that completely apart. It was nothing but open pretty much all summer. Yep. So now I have it enclosed. You know, I built the wall and the bedding up top. It's all brand new. And in the back, if you see, I built some shelving.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Forward. And as far as you can see underneath it, it used to go in open where you could slide this piece out, but I took the whole wall and closed it.
Very nice. Very cool.
I put a ladder here. I want to change it because the ladder's getting a pain in the ass to freaking get up there. I'm 51 years old.
Yeah, mine. I won't be using my over the cab one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm up. I already have that the metal in my legs, so one day I'm just gonna roll over and fall out of bed.
Yeah, in the RV community, that over the cab one, they call that for the non-paying customers.
Yeah.
My bed's real comfortable.
Right there. Yeah, I got a full-size twin mattress up there. It's a little bit high, and you know, of course, you don't have the overhead, you know, to be able to be too comfortable. But I'm hoping eventually I could get this mattress down in this area right here. But I can't do that until I move my kitchen cupboards back towards the bathroom.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I have a full-size shower. I don't use the shower. I have a gym membership, Planet Fitness. I got the black card, so I can go anywhere in the country. And I got a pisser, and then I got another bathroom sink. All I need is the friggin' pisser, you know? I don't need a full-size shower and another sink.
Yeah, see, I couldn't have a over the cab sleeping thing like you got. If I rolled over on my back, my pecker would go through the roof.
Well, that's why I already had to replace that skylight, Grandpa.
Yeah. You imagine people driving by and your dick hanging out the fucking skylight.
But no, I got the new skylight. I put that in, and I got the dome that goes on top of the skylight, and the one in the back. I got that one, but it has a 12-volt fan, exhaust fan. But I also want to get another. They have these domes that looks like a skylight. It doesn't open and close. It just stays in one area. I would like to put that somewhere like above here somewhere, but I have to cut a hole through the window. I mean, through the roof.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, I'd like to find one of them domes that they used to have on the old B-52 bombers.
Oh, the round ones. That would be
Yeah.
awesome. Yep.
But I also saw on Temu they have vehicle vinyl. I've been thinking about doing this camouflage.
Just some rattle cans, Grandpa.
I had a buddy of mine that I met down in Nevada, and he traded. I think he said he had a Nissan Pathfinder, and he traded it for an old Chevy G30 Class C RV. I thought it was pretty cool. The inside of the RV was loaded full of fiberglass. All the old paneling and all that stuff was starting to deteriorate. So fiberglass was floating in the air all over the place. But I think, if he was to spend a little bit of time and get that thing redone, it'd be a pretty nice setup. I liked it. I thought it was pretty sweet. I think he said it was like an 85.
Well,
So,
this RV here, it doesn't have fiberglass. Mine does not. I have what they call R5, and when it's actually a foam board, it's the pink foam board, and that's what's throughout here. But Sam also has a question that you could probably bring it up to his attention. He wants to know about solar panels. What do you have for solar panels? So he wants to know what you're using for a solar panel.
I have they're grape solar panels. I bought them at Home Depot. So if you go to Home Depot, I used the app and I just looked up grape solar panels, and I wanted to get 200-watt panels. 100-watt panels just aren't enough. And these 200-watt panels supply me with more than enough power to my solar system.
Did you get any on you?
No.
That's good.
I don't know. This is the best French fries. Seasoned.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had those. Those are good. I've used those and made that. I forget what the French call it there, where you put gravy and cheese on them.
Gravy and cheese on French fries?
Yep.
Sounds pretty good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, I think that's about enough. Almost a whole bag.
Yeah, the way you eat, Lucky, I'm surprised you're not 400 fucking pounds.
I'm actually 195.
Yeah, I'm a little over 200 pounds. I took some weight off, actually. And since I bought this, I ain't ashamed to say it. I paid $5,000 for it.
Yep.
And like I've seen vehicles with over 100,000 miles, and people pay a lot more than that.
Oh, yeah.
And since I've had this, I've not paying rent. I've already paid for 3/4 of it.
Yep. Yeah. 2,400, Grandpa.
That's what you paid?
Yep.
Yeah.
I paid $7,900 for this one.
Yeah.
And like I said, rebuilt engine, brand new tires, brand new brakes. He put a locker in the rear end.
I need to work on my rear brakes.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
You guys are talking about rear ends.
You got your mind in the gutter, my friend.
My mind's in the gutter all the time.
You need to get your mind out of the gutter and come down in the sewer with us rats.
But
Yeah, I'm sure with the brakes, every once in a while, if I go somewhere and I stop, they want to grab in the back and not let go.
yeah,
So I'm thinking that probably from sitting over winter time, they rusted up.
It's possible it's just the hardware for the brake itself. Like the spring is probably like one of the springs on there is no good and it probably broke off the snap. So as you're driving, it's going, but then if you stop, it falls and probably gets you caught up on something. Sometimes if you back up, it'll release it and then you could go.
I mean, I figure, with 41,000 miles, there can't be too much wear and tear.
no.
No.
I mean, it's taking a sticker every year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal. 41,000 miles. Mine had just over 100,000 miles, so 101,000 miles on it. And I mean, it's a pretty solid vehicle. I haven't had any complaints with it other than normal stuff. The AC compressor on it went out shortly after I bought it. As a matter of fact, on the ride home, it went out.
Wow. Yeah, I got the big 440 Chrysler engine in here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the drivetrain is tremendous. Pumpkin at the rear end is like so huge.
Yeah.
I just got done doing a full tune-up on it. The plugs, the wire, the cap, the rotor, all that stuff was original. And when I first started up, it may take 4 or 5 times to, actually get it going. And you could tell there was a little hesitation, but it still sounded good.
Yeah.
But once I got done doing this and I replaced the valve cover gaskets because that was leaking too. And tell you, I just go like this and it kicks right up all the time now. Yeah, it just runs like a champ now.
Well, I have a question for you, Lucky. The gas gauge doesn't work on this, right? And the guy that had it before me replaced the fuel pump and it still doesn't work.
Do you have 2 tanks or 1 tank?
1 tank.
1 tank? The fuel. He said he replaced it.
He replaced it. I got the old one right here that still works.
It could be just possible, just the ground. Maybe he didn't hook up the ground properly. Most of those Fords, they have the little ground, wire. So it could be just a ground wire.
If you fill it up, it shows a half a tank.
Yeah, I would say it's just a bad ground.
But this thing is fucking terrible on gas. I mean, I get 11 gallons to the mile.
Well, this here, when I first got it, had a half a tank of gas. From starting it up before the tune-up, I must have put at least, 30 gallons of gas just from, starting it up and letting it run for a while. But since I did the work on the motor, I've been watching the needle, and it's slower. It's not going down as quick. It's been probably about, a month or 2 since I did the tune-up in it. Maybe a month. Yeah, about a month. And I haven't put gas in it yet, and the needle's staying in the same spot. So I think that was the major problem. So
yeah, I've only the last month and a half. I've only started it up here, let it run for at the most a half hour. So I'm probably down under a half a tank.
I usually let mine run at least once a week.
Got a damn good heater. It heats this whole thing up. The RV heater itself, it blows more heat out the exhaust than it blows on the inside.
Yeah. I drive mine every day. I've got to move it just because I don't,
There you go, junkyard.
They don't
put
let
a rear
us
end recliner.
I think junkyard's a rear end man.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do something to make a little extra money this summer, and I'm gonna invest that in solar. If I don't do for nothing else, it, for an electric heater and my coffee pot,
yeah.
because the refrigerator will run off the house battery all night long.
Yeah, it's definitely the way to go. I think it's an important part of RV life, van life, car life. I mean, even in a home environment, I think solar is definitely a beneficial option for people. You know, if I was to go buy a acre and a half and build myself a cabin, that's exactly what I would set up is solar panels.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. If you're living in a home and you have utility lines on that street where your land is, you're required to attach your home to those utility lines. That's one of the laws.
Well,
If you're off the grid, like so many, I think it's acreage, you could be able to have, your solar panels,
yeah.
but you can't be totally off the grid. And that's what we're talking about, the freedom that trying to push everything,
It depends. It depends on the state you live in. I don't know where, but I was watching a guy on YouTube that was completely off grid, and the government come in and seize his property.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Only because he wasn't paying what they wanted.
Well, states are weird. I know when in California, you can move 15 miles out in the desert and dig a well 200 foot deep, and as soon as you find water, the government comes and puts a meter on it and charges you for it.
Wow.
You don't have rights to water on your own land.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. That's why I think about traveling.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point to where, you don't own anything, because I mean, even if you had your home paid off, you still got to pay taxes, and if you don't pay the taxes, they'll take it.
Yeah.
You pay taxes on everything. You pay a tax when you go to work. You pay taxes.
Yeah.
When you go to the store, you pay the taxes. When you go get gas, anything, it's all taxed.
Yep.
At the end of the year, they say, okay, you have to claim how much you made and pay income tax, and you might be able to get something back. If not, you have to pay into the government.
Yep.
Now, I already look at it this way. Taxes are bullshit. They don't need my taxes. They already took my taxes out at every week. They don't need to see what I made at the end of the year and claim taxes. They'll catch up to me eventually someday, but they don't need to see what I make anymore. They take it out of my paycheck every week. I don't need to do that.
Yeah, they're doing now like they did back before the Revolutionary War, taxation without representation.
When I go and try to claim, disability or Social Security or anything like that, I'm not going to get it. It's the funds are not going to be there. The government's going to be using it for overseas or, immigration, pay for their housing or food or something. I'm not going to get any of that. Social Security benefits are gone.
Every time they get short on money in the United States, and they're always saying Social Security is going to be bankrupt by 2035. Well, that's because every time they need money, they pull money from Social Security.
Yep.
Now they're sending over billions of dollars at a time to Ukraine. I don't have nothing against Ukraine. I don't have nothing against the Russians. I don't want my money killing fucking people 4,000 miles away.
What just gets me, and we've been through this process before, Grandpa, and I brought it up before in so many of my videos. the government, and not just the government, the states, say they do not have money to be able to house veterans or homeless people. They always said that. It's not in the budget. We don't have enough housing for these, homeless or veteran that we have to maintain, which was U.S. citizens. Now they have an open border situation where just about every state, especially New York, is overran by these people that's crossing the border illegally, but they're giving shelter, benefits, food, they're giving money. They don't apply to any of the U.S. laws. They're capture and release, unpunished. They have no laws, and some of them are even allowed to carry firearms across the borders and carry them all the time. What laws do they have? Well, what laws do we have that are not being taken from us, but yet it's okay for them to be able to get all these benefits, and they're taking it away from us and not even giving us the money far as for housing and shelters, which they claim they never had for us, but yet they have it for these people coming across the border.
I'd like to travel with this, but I ain't going to drive through states where I got to dismantle Dirty Gertie before I do it. I'm not going to go anywhere where I can't defend myself.
Yeah.
But that's the question I'm having, and it was brought up to the thing before. How could people come across this border into this country, allowed to carry their firearms, and say, okay, you're good to go, we'll see, being released, and they're still able to carry these firearms into our country?
Right now it's feel sorry for the black and brown people, and whatever they do, you turn the other cheek. I mean, them two guys that killed that young cop there a few weeks back, that guy, not less than a year ago, was charged with attempted murder and released with no bail. And he had 26 felonies.
I'm not against people coming into this country.
No, that's what this country was made of.
I'm against the people, how they come into the country. There's the right way and the wrong way. I'm against the people that come in the wrong way and expect to live off of American dollars, American tax dollars, I should say.
Well,
and the American homeless and the veterans are not getting the proper help from themselves. Now, these camps that they have in New York City and there, all other parts of states, where if you're a veteran or homeless, you can't enter these campsites where the state is providing free meals, free showers, free bedding for the immigrants that's come across the country illegal. You have to be an illegal alien to be able to enter these camps where the state is providing all this stuff for the shelter. But yet you can't because you fought for the country or you're homeless, U.S. citizen.
Well, we're a country that's basically all immigrants. And, I believe in that, but there needs to be a process, because I'm old enough to remember the 70s when we were doing that with Cuba, and Venezuela and a couple other countries are doing just what Cuba did. Cuba opened up their prisons and their mental institutions, and that's who they sent to us.
No, that's who we're getting now. We're getting all this. I could see another 2 years. 2 years from now, what is this going to do? Okay. Now, I don't know how it's going to be done. Trump, I'm a Trump fan, but he keeps on saying it's going to be a big deport. How's they going to be able to locate and deport all these people? There's going to be tax dollars being paid for that to deport them as well. Because everybody, once you're in the country, you still have to have a court date.
Well, one thing that will that will be a good thing is the people that are bad, they're going to break the law. And unlike what's going on now, they'll find out when they go to jail that they're not citizens, and then they'll be deported.
But again, we're still paying out of our tax dollars to be able to support these people. We have homeless people, and we also have people that needs to help that has not their mindset is not 100% there. You know, I've watched tons and tons of YouTube videos on people that look like zombies, you know, middle of the day.
Kensington, Philadelphia.
Yes. And why aren't our governments and states out there trying to help them in a way and clean up that area? Because that's the way the government wants us to be.
Well, you know, my thought on this whole thing is to just simply do away with the incentive for coming here. You know, put it this way. I mean, think about it this way. What incentive do we have to move to Mexico or Portugal or wherever outside of the U.S.? Yes, exactly. Our dollar goes further, but other than that, what do they provide?
We definitely need, like you are saying, get rid of those benefits. That's what I'm saying. If those benefits were not there, we would not have a bunch of people coming in to receive those benefits.
Not to this degree. I agree. You know, in regards to the amount of people that we have coming across, they're coming across because of the incentives.
Yeah.
You know, but there's also people coming here, you know, for the American dream, the land of opportunity. They're being sold this story that you can become wealthy just by moving to America.
Look at us three.
Right.
Us three. Okay.
I forgot. What's your name again?
My name's Carter.
Carter. Did you hear what Tyson Foods did? They're closing down 3 of their plants and moving to New York and hiring 42,000 immigrants.
They had Tyson Foods had a plant in Nebraska when I lived in Nebraska. And I mean, they had raids on that packing plant because of immigrants.
Well, now they're going to be able to do it legally.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and New York they're also the state that provided driver's licenses to every illegal immigrant. All they had to do was go in and apply. They didn't have to be a citizen of the U.S.
Now I hear when they're going to the welfare offices in New York, they're registering them to vote.
Yeah, I believe it.
I thought there was something in the constitutional right that you would have to be a citizen.
That's how it's written. You're supposed to be a citizen of the U.S. before you can actually vote. That's how I've understood it. That's
the way how I understood.
Yeah, the law is written, but New York is their own entity, I guess. They do what they want.
Well, New York is sending money here to Maine to build housing so they can send immigrants here to live.
Yeah, for 2 years. For 2 years, rent free. Hey, like I said, us three living an American dream.
You know, and again, I mean, when I can afford to do so, which I'm hoping by the end of this year, there's nothing holding me back here. Nothing at all. You know, my daughter, she's grown. She's living her own life. I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship. I have my passport. I'm ready to go. I have one loan that I'm a few months to pay off. And once I have it paid off, I've got nothing holding me here.
It's like me, same thing. I have absolutely nothing holding me here.
Yeah.
I'm here because of my work. I happen to like my work, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But besides that, I have my mother, father that lives down the road. My kids are grown up. I'm single, but I have really nothing to stay here if I didn't want to. I could, travel anywhere if I wanted to.
Yeah. I'm ready. I love America. It is my home country, and it's a beautiful country. I mean, there's lots of beauty here, but the political, it's garbage. It's not helping us. It's just not. It's helping everybody else outside of us. And it's not a good place.
Well, why don't we just you get into the van, start up the van, I'll start up the RV, and we'll just go up to Grandpa's place when he gets to the campground, Yogi's there, and we'll get squatted on side of each other.
Yeah, we'll put them together. We'll put them together like a train.
Yep.
No, I think I'm going to enjoy it there.
That's good. Yeah, I'd love to. If I don't wind up traveling outside of the country, I am going to head to New Mexico, buy myself a small acreage, and the county there, it's Socorro County, and you can go there and you can park your RV on the acreage. They do not have any time limits or anything like that. Obviously you don't want to junk your place up and have trash blowing in the wind because it is windy down there, but it's nice to have a place to where you can slowly rebuild your life again. And it sucks because I have a piece of property here in Oregon, but the county laws and the enforcement, and then not to mention the cost for all the permits.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
On campsite, you're only allowed to stay 14 days in RV in a camping area, unless you're at a privately owned camping RV site or certain places. But most of the owned is 14 days. That's it.
We have to have a septic system installed, and then from there we have to have a plan drawn up, and that's a permit that has to be renewed every year. And then if you plan on staying on the property while you're building, you have to pay for basically a temporary use permit.
Wow.
So you can park your RV on your own property, but yet you have to have 2 permits that are active at all times.
Huh.
Yeah, see there.
And then the septic system, I mean, if you have it professionally done, which you've got to have it done by code, you're talking anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000.
Yeah, or more here.
Yeah, so while I have a piece of property, I can't do anything with it. I can't park on it. If I can go camp on it, but I think it's like 21 days in 6 months' time.
Wow.
That's all I get.
Not like going to the American dream.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd have to check into the codes, but getting a piece of land with a well and septic, that could be an option for me too.
Yeah.
Because then I could just build something big enough that I could park this in.
Exactly.
And, stay in that in the wintertime. And as long as my water doesn't freeze up in my sewer.
Yeah. And see, and that's why I look at, I can buy a small acreage down in New Mexico, not really have any, because that's where the earth ships are. The people that build homes out of mud. That's where they are. So, as far as code enforcement and stuff like that, it's very lenient. So I could
Yeah.
build an outhouse on my property.
Yeah,
Build,
they have
build
that
it.
here. So I imagine if I found a place with well and septic, I could just move my RV right in there and park. They don't have
There
a
you
problem
go.
with me. They don't have a problem with me sitting out in front of my son's house,
Yeah.
and I'm on a busy road.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, you're talking about them mud homes. Something that always interested me was I've seen people on YouTube build homes out of hay bales.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got all kinds. They got hay bales. They've got, well, those earth ships. The structure is built out of tires, old used tires.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and then earth bags is what they call it. So they fill up a sand bag, they compact it, and then they put like this chicken fencing around it, and then that's when they coat it with the mud. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. There's all kinds of YouTube videos on it.
That's what they do with the hay bales. They put the well, actually a foundation of concrete would be the best, but then they put a piece of wood on the bottom that's as wide as the hay bale.
Yeah.
And then they go up as high as they want, and they do another piece of wood on the top, and then they squish it together with strapping that they use for pallets.
Yeah, right.
And then they put chicken on either side and mix concrete and put that on.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to add on or take something off.
Right.
And
it's got really good insulation factors. I mean,
yeah, hay bale is what, about 2.5, 3 foot thick?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's like a giant brick.
Right. Yeah.
It's quite, hay isn't cheap though anymore.
No, it's not. Yeah.
I'll do something.
Yep.
Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to, if I find a place with well and septic, it'd be real easy to hook all that stuff right up into a building where I have my well and septic, cover it up, and then back the RV right in there. And because another option is a wood stove.
It'd be nice to get more people on one of our channels that have, like we have, older RVs, people trying to get, survive and stuff like that. Most of these videos that you see, RV lifestyle, they're showing the $100,000 RV style life,
Yeah.
But I'd like to see more and more videos with full-time RV life or van life like this. This is more down to earth and people having an understanding what their surroundings are, not living a lifestyle that's driving around in a diesel pusher. It makes you wonder. I'm not discriminating against them. I'm jealous on it, but what kind of RV lifestyle are they actually having if they are not experiencing the full life of RV style van living? They still, they still have washers and dryers in their RVs.
Yeah, they ain't really living unless they wake up in the middle of the night with their nuts frozen to the bed sheets.
Right. But here's a question for you guys. If you had money to afford that lifestyle and you had money coming in to replenish so that you could continue to live that lifestyle, would you do it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
See, that's the thing is that, and like you said, Lucky, no discrimination, no judgment. If I could afford it, heck yeah, I would love to get myself a Sprinter van that's all-wheel drive, lifted, tall enough for me to stand. Heck yeah, I'd be all about it. But this is what we can afford. And I agree with you. Having these videos out here where people see us living this lifestyle, trying to rebuild our life or just simply live life, I agree, is completely beneficial to everybody out there that, they're struggling, not knowing what to do. It is. I mean, shoot, there's people that live in cars.
Yeah.
I've got a follower, and he's an awesome guy, and he lives out of a Toyota Corolla,
Wow.
and I mean, shoot, there's people that they work full-time jobs and they can't even afford. Well, lucky yourself. You said you're working a full-time job.
Yep.
Right. And my video this morning about homeless encampments, there's a number of people that'll, well, you just got to go get yourself a job. Well, if you think about it, the entry level in which a single human being in the U.S. needs to make in order for them to afford a starter home has to make $75,000 a year.
Going apartments over here, if you're a single person, all right, for a single room, you're looking anywhere from maybe $1,300 to $1,600 a month.
Right.
Nothing included. And you're talking about shithole.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me to be able to even get a shithole place, okay, now that's 3/4 of my income going to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you gotta realize, okay, transportation. How am I getting back and forth to work? Okay, well, if you don't have a vehicle, all right, you have to get a bus pass. Now the buses don't run on the same schedule that your work needs you here, or you may have to take 2 or 3 buses to get there to your work.
Yep.
So that's a big problem. That's the reason why once you become homeless, not in the particular with living in an RV like we are, because we're not homeless, but once you become to that point in your life where you are homeless and you're living in a tent, it's hard to establish anything because, for one, you have no utilities. You're being told by the town or the city you can't stay on this piece of property. It's even harder to be able to live on something like that. Some of my videos, you'll see the homeless videos. I've actually been inside these homeless communities and having discussions with some of these people and talking to them and, explaining some of their problems. I've actually handed out in that whole entire time I've been doing it, maybe 3,000 lunch bags.
Yeah.
Probably, I think it was, I got pallets full of blankets. That had to be at least maybe 400 to 500 blankets. I had ladies across the YouTube community. They used to send me the knitted hats and
In their panties.
and it was doing really, really, really well. It's just I had a lot of issues with my homestead with my ex, and that just kind of drove right down to nothing. Because
I could have.
I mean, even if you were to get a job at, say, Mickey D in California, where the minimum wage for a restaurant worker is $20 an hour, that's still not $75,000. That's maybe 40.
Yeah, the cost of living up there is much higher than it is.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Over here, $20 an hour is actually, I don't know what the going rate is, but $20 an hour, that's like a piss of fucking ant how much you get paid. In other words, it's really nothing. $20 an hour. You could work at McDonald's and get the same thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of places here, they pay that $20 an hour is like, you can't really live off it. You have to have, 3 or 4 incomes, or you have to work at least 60, 70 hours to be able to get something out of it,
Yeah.
Buck, I'd have to work at McDonald's to be able to eat a Big Mac.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't mind working at one of these fast food joints because you get free food. I don't have to go shopping.
That's why I said that.
Yep. Look.
Yeah.
Well, Lucky, I'm going to have to go, man. I got Jackson over here.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, look at that. We've been on here for 2 hours. Shoot.
Yeah, it's just the longest ever live stream.
Yeah,
So
Jackson's asshole's puckering, so he needs to go out.
All right, fellas. Pleasure.
Thank you guys. Had a wonderful time tonight, and we'll definitely check out more of your videos. We'll hit that like on there, and I'll have that link, and I'll put it in the description for everybody.
Yeah, put his channel link in the description, Lucky.
I will.
I appreciate it.
I want to go subscribe.
All right, later, guys.
Later.